Welcome, my friends. I'm so excited to be with you guys. We are going to move some energy when it comes to money. That happens to be my area of specialty. My name's Melissa Kim Corder. I'm an intuitive coach. I'm a best-selling author. I help women break through their emotional and financial glass ceilings. And today we're going to do something that I usually do in my private group called the Prosperity Power Hour. We're going to do the Prosperity Power half hour and we're going to bust through some emotional blocks when it comes to finances. So what I want you to think about is that we have a relationship with money, okay? And a lot of us, unfortunately, give power away in that relationship, just like some people will do that with other people in their lives, circumstances, situations from their past. They will give power away, meaning they might diminish their own voice. They might hide, they might shrink themselves to fit into situations or scenarios that are no longer serving them because it's part of our conditioning, right? It's part of our behaviors and our habits. My background is in psychology and energy medicine. I'm currently pursuing my doctorate in psychology, but I blend in shamanism and energy medicine. And I have been doing that for many years, decades now, to help my clients break through these financial glass ceilings. It's always emotional, it's always energy. So that's where we're going to begin. We're just going to start moving through this experience. So I have plenty of information for you so that you can go learn more about this. You can check it out for free. I have a lot of free resources. That's why I'm not going to waste too much of our time here going into all of that, because I can give you those things. There is a link in the description here. I don't know if it's popping up. I'll give it to you after if you're not seeing it here. And that link is for a Facebook group. That's where I have live videos and trainings all the time. And I talk about this process a little more in there. So I'm going to ask you to trust me in this process. I'm going to bring you into territory that can be a little uncomfortable for people, especially for those of you that have used tapping before, emotional freedom technique, and have not had any kind of response from it, or perhaps just didn't have the results that you wanted. There's usually a couple different reasons for that. I have my own method. It's called the intuitive tapping method. And that's what we're going to do a piece of in our time together today. So just know, these sessions are normally about 45 minutes when I would work with a client. So what I did is I condensed it down, but I left it enough so that it's potent for you to have an experience that you will sense and feel within your body. When we connect to the body in this way and we can sense and feel things, it makes it more real for us. A lot of healing modalities and techniques don't tend to last for us. The effects or the benefits of that seem to kind of just diminish over time, whether it's 10 minutes after you've had it or days later. And that's because we default back into our old patterns, our conditioning, all of the things going on within the subconscious mind. So we're going to address that indirectly in a few different ways here when it comes to power and money, okay? Because we get those things mixed up in our nervous system. You're going to hear me talk about the nervous system a lot, and just know it's the body, the brain, our breath, our beliefs, it's all connected. So we're going to be working with those different components as we go through the process. So let's do this. So the way that this process is going to be effective for you is if it feels real to you, if it feels natural to you. If you feel like you're making it up, if you feel like you're not saying words that resonate with you, you're not going to have as much of a benefit from this as you could if you really gave yourself permission to kind of sink into your own truth. And the way that that works is I'm going to have you say different words, and I want you to use the words that make the most sense to you. For example, if I say sadness and you're like, well, I don't have sadness, but maybe I'm pissed off and angry, then you're going to say pissed off and angry. If I say something like giving my power away to money and it feels this way, and you're like, that doesn't feel that way to me, use your words. That's why I call this the intuitive tapping method, because it really is rooted in your nervous system, your patterns, your cycles, your beliefs about money, about personal power, about having enough, and being able to receive in your life. So just know as we go through that process, that's going to be really important for you to experience. Okay, so we're already a few minutes in. Here we go. Here's what I want you to do. So because we're going to work with clearing this dynamic when it comes to money and power and how we give power away to money, for this session, I want you to pick a limiting belief that you have. Something that you feel you give to money. One of the most common ones that I experience with people is it's not enough. It's never enough. I never have enough. That comes up a lot. Another one is what if it just all disappears? What if it goes away? What if I can't make more? What if this doesn't work for me, right? A lot of us here are entrepreneurs, business owners. So we are in this entire experience of relying on our skill sets and our intentions to be able to generate money, to bring it into our lives. But the thoughts we have can counteract that. So I want you to really give yourself permission to let those thoughts bubble up from within the nervous system, from within the subconscious mind, because we're going to shift them. So pick something, pick a common thought you have when you think about money. When I do this, I close my eyes. So I'm going to invite you to do that too if you want to. So just close your eyes and tune into your body. And I want you to ask yourself, what is your common thought about money? A limiting belief, a feeling, a sensation where you feel like you're giving power away to it, where you feel powerless to money, where you just feel like you can't figure it out, it's just not working for you. And I want you to think about that. Think about it, and even give yourself permission to let yourself start feeling some of the feelings that might be associated with that thought. Okay? I don't have enough. Why is this so hard? That's another one that I hear over and over. Okay, and I want you to imagine that those thoughts that you're having is leaking energy away from you and giving it to money. Now, money's not bad, it's not wrong, it's actually very neutral, but it's what we project on money that becomes our reality and experience within it. So just take a moment here. Now, take this idea of how you're giving money away or giving power away to your money. And I want you to rate it on a scale from 0 to 10. 0 means neutral, no energy, no emotion whatsoever. Your finances are amazing. You're killing it. You have no issue with money whatsoever. That's a 0. 10 is extreme resistance, frustration, insecurity, not feeling safe, not feeling like there's ever going to be enough. The bills are piling. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know what to do. You feel a lot of shame. You feel a lot of guilt or something else. 10 is the extreme. 0 is nothing. Just pick your number. And I want you to remember this number. If you have a number sometimes we get two numbers because sometimes the head and intuition get in the way. They are at odds with each other. And so what will happen is your head will say, well, I feel okay about all of this, so I'm a 4. But then your intuition is like, you're probably a 7. Honor your intuition. What is your body or your mind or what when you tune into the number, what pops in? Do you have an awareness? Does it pop into your mind? Do you feel it? Do you just know it? Use your intuition in this process to get your number. Okay. All right, now here we go. We're going to do a mini tapping experience. Like I said, this is a short version. It's going to be enough to really get you into the essence of this and get some energy moving so that you can start to have some really quick shifts. But because we're condensing it down, we're just going to jump right in, my friends. I usually spend a little bit more time going through this and how it all works because there is an entire energetic and scientific philosophy behind this. And it's an evidence-based approach. That's something I want you to hear. This is not just woo-woo. I am all about woo-woo, but I'm also about backing it up with the science and strategy that can truly help us. Okay, so we're going to pick a hand to work with. It doesn't matter which hand you want to work with. I just happen to use my right hand, and I'm going to start tapping on the back of my hand. This is called the karate chop point. Okay, either hand, doesn't matter which one, just pick one. I'm going to show you the points briefly before we go through the process. After we do the karate chop point, we're going to go to the inner part of the eye, which I just do right here with one hand again. Some people do this. Some people do one side, other side, doesn't matter. I just go like this. Then you're going to move to the outside of the eye. Same thing, one hand, other hand, doesn't matter which side, you can do both together. Under the eye, under the nose, chin point, and collarbone point. Okay, those are the main points we're going to use. Now at the very end, if we have time, I'm going to shift over into the crown, which is at the top of your head, and we might use that one. Okay, those are the main points. You can watch me as we go along in case you get a little confused. Try to stay out of your mind. Try to stay out of your mind. This is an intuitive process. Stay in the body, out of the head. Okay, so tapping on the back of your hand, I want you to breathe, and I want you to think about this relationship to money and how you give your power away and how defeating it can feel. And trust me, you are not creating this by feeling it. You know, a lot of times with law of attraction, we have this fear that by tapping on something negative, we're going to create it. And here's the truth. You are liberating this from your nervous system. You're not calling it in, you're letting it out. When we let it out and we let it flow through us, we can create a different reality. But until then, we are creating from our deepest level of feeling and belief. Okay? So just tapping. Now, This is where we're going to move through the points. And it's important that as we move through these points, you repeat the words out loud. Give them voice. Again, change the words if they don't totally resonate with you, but feel free to use the tapping that I'm doing and my words as a guide to support you. Here we go. Moving through the points. Ready? Start repeating after me. There's a part of me giving my power away to money. It affects me in ways I may not even be able to see. Emotionally, financially. It influences my actions and decisions and how I feel about myself and my business. I'm ready to take my power back. Because even though I may not have had any control over the circumstances of my past, in the present moment, I'm empowered. I'm willing to know what I need. Today, I am resourced, even if I don't feel that way. I'm resourced to make intentional decisions with my finances, my bank account. So I'm going to send love to the part of me that doesn't believe this yet. I'm willing to shift this power dynamic and give myself permission to receive. At the deepest level of my being. I'm willing to call my power home to me. To allow this energy back into my field. And to patch any conscious or unconscious leaks affecting me in negative ways. Now pause here for just a second. Close your eyes. I want you to just drop into your body. Just feel, just be aware as an observer. What are you aware of? Give yourself a moment to sit in this stillness, whatever is going on. Whatever emotions are there, lack of emotions, presence of just who you are. Just be patient and aware. Breathe. Now, I want you to project with your mind money in front of you. So eyes are closed. You're projecting a visual of money before you. Let it take form in your experience. You might see it, you might sense it, you might feel it. It might be a pile of money sitting on the floor, on a table. It might be coins and bills flowing into the room with you. Whatever it is, let money take form in front of you. As you are witnessing money, I want you to take your power back from it now in the form of light. What this means is you're going to visualize your essence and power coming home to you now from money. Any power that you've given away to money, you're calling it home. You innately know how to do this. Release the mind, feel into the body, and just let it happen. Let it come home to you. You might see or sense or feel energy returning into a chakra. You might see or sense or feel energy returning into your power center, into your heart. It might be your throat for expression. You might just feel it coming in and kind of taking root and integrating within your system wherever it needs to go. Let it happen as you breathe and receive this light. Breathe and receive. You're going to continue to integrate this power as we go through the very next round. We're just doing one more round of tapping. Here we go. So let that process continue as you gently open your eyes and start tapping along with me now. And repeat again after me. I'm willing to feel empowered in my financial exchanges. To shift any insecurity or doubt within me. I'm worthy of feeling empowered. As I acclimate to this vibration, of personal power with money. As I shift my relationship to money, I honor it and myself. I will use it to create good in my life, to allow it to serve me and others, so that I can thrive. I'm willing to hold this power in my system. It's non-negotiable. It is mine to have and to hold. And I'm willing to integrate this power deeply into my being. So I'm going to speak directly to the part of me that instinctively knows how to create and manifest money. It is safe for me to know my power. It is safe for me to earn and to save. It is safe for me to hold on to more money. I am willing to feel whole and complete. I'm willing to believe there will always be enough. I'm willing to retrain my nervous system to align with this truth. I give myself permission to respond differently to money right now. As I tap and I breathe, I allow my power to find its way home to my bank account, my body, and my beliefs with effortless ease. Now here's the very last part we're going to do. Come to the top of your head, just start tapping. It's going to be a little tricky for some of us, me mainly. You're going to just tap and nod, okay? Tap and nod and repeat after me. Yes, I trust the power that I have reclaimed from money. Tap and nod. Yes, I allow myself to engage with money in a healthy way. Yes, I'm willing to feel empowered in my financial decisions. Yes, I trust myself to hold money in my life. Relax your hands down to your sides, close your eyes, drop in just one more time. Give yourself a moment in this space of stillness, whatever you may be feeling, whatever you're experiencing. Sometimes we stir emotion, sometimes we settle it. Sometimes there's sensation or a lack of. Just be an observer to whatever's going on within your system right now. Now, in your mind, once again, I want you to bring money back. Bring money back into the picture. See it, sense it, feel it. This time, I want you to thank money for teaching you something about yourself. Let yourself receive right now. What does money want you to know? What has it been trying to tell you or to show you all this time? Take that in. As you are receiving whatever that is, that guidance, that wisdom, that information, I want you to send a sense of appreciation now to yourself for showing up in this way. I want you to feel the effortless ease you are creating right now in having complete trust in your ability to make powerful shifts happen as you begin to anchor your personal power into your nervous system, into your heart, into your body. Feel that sense of appreciation for yourself. Just take a breath. When you're ready, you may open your eyes. Now, here, come back to the scale from 0 to 10. check in again with that same intention that you started with. Just check back in on a scale from 0 to 10. Where are you now? Sometimes the number stays the same. Sometimes it goes up. Sometimes it goes down. There's no agenda. We're working with energy here. We want to just be the observer of an experience instead of trying to control it. So just tune in. And on a scale of 0 to 10, now what is your number? And take a moment to write that down if you have a pen and paper. Excellent. And so now, as we're just kind of like dropping back into this experience, I want you to share with me, where did you start? If you're willing, that's what brings magic into this experience for everyone. If you are willing, can you share your before, after, if you were with us from the beginning, and your after number, and just give me an idea of how you're feeling. If you weren't here from the beginning, it's okay. If you did some of the tapping with us, just drop me a little note, a little something in the comments. I just want to know how you're feeling. What are you aware of? Any insights, any sensations, any questions you might have? I'm just going to leave it open for questions for just another 2 or 3 minutes. And then I'm going to share some ways that you guys can connect with me if you want to do more of this work together. All right, so any comments, questions? Where were you before with your number? Where are you now? How are you feeling in the body? What are you aware of? Teresa, you're so welcome. She said, thank you. This is a powerful modality. Absolutely. Life-changing. I've been doing this work for many years, decades. And I have studied EFT with all different mentors and teachers over the years. But to be honest, it didn't work for me. I spent the first 15 years floundering, like it wasn't working. And it wasn't until my intuition gave me this process while working with a client. And what we want to do, which is beautiful, Nevaeh, by the way, and I apologize if I am pronouncing your name incorrectly, please let me know. Nevaeh, she said relief, absolutely. So that is the goal, right? We want to think that the goal or intention is to open to receive and let all of this money into our lives. Sure, that can happen, and it will. But the goal isn't that. The goal is relief, because when you create relief in your body, in your nervous system, in your mind, you're more expansive. You use different parts of your brain, different parts of consciousness. You vibrate differently. You attract differently. So relief is the name of the game. When we create relief for ourselves, we open to a whole other world. Then those things can come in. But if we try to jump from resistance to feeling disempowered with money to having enough, believing we're enough, we're honestly spiritually bypassing into a whole other realm that we are just not equipped for. We don't have the circuitry in place. We don't have the energetics in place to be able to let that happen. And so therefore money will just leave our experience once again. We'll overspend, we'll sabotage, something will happen, something will break, something usually happens in order to get us right back to that unconscious set point that we have going on. So using this type of tapping can not only create relief, but it can help you expand your capacity to receive and to really, really, really believe in yourself. Now we've got some comments, and so I want to read what you're sharing here. Beautiful, beautiful. Emmy, grounded, safe, secure. What a gift. What a gift we can give ourselves in this type of experience. Yes, I love it. Evangelica, or Evangelina, I'm sorry, I want to pronounce your names correctly. I'm a little calmer, she said. I'm a little calmer. That's huge. A little is amazing. It's great. Susan, I had a lot of shame around money. I was at a 10, I'm at a 7. Thank you. Absolutely beautiful. That's improvement. Now, some of you might notice, and I haven't seen it pop up just yet, but some of you might notice that your number might start to increase. That's okay. Imagine if you've ever gotten a massage before, and while they're working on you, they hit that nerve bundle, and you want to jump off the table, but part of you is like, I know this is helping me. I know it's so good, so I'm just going to breathe and hang in there. That's kind of what this can be like for some of us. So sometimes that means that the number goes up. That's excellent. You just keep moving through. You just keep tapping, you just keep saying, and you just keep moving through to give yourself permission to let it bubble up and move through you. Excellent. Sophia, thank you. I enjoyed it. I love tapping. Thank you, Sophia. I've just been in a vision board session, so I love that I came across our live. That's fantastic. All right, my friends. Well, we're pretty much at the end of our time now. And I know I talked really fast through that. Like I said, this is like a 2-hour thing that I condensed down into 30 minutes for us. I'm going to be doing this once a week. So I would love to have you join me here once a week. We're going to do this prosperity power 30 minutes instead of a power hour. It's a power half hour. And so we're going to do the same thing every week. Different intentions. Sometimes we'll work on releasing the how. How's it going to happen? How am I going to make this come into my life? Sometimes we'll focus on dollar amounts. You know, a lot of people are like, I want $50,000 months. Okay, that's great. Let's acclimate your nervous system and calibrate you to receiving that, to becoming the person that can hold that in their experience. So every week we're going to do this. So I'd love to have you join me. Also, if this resonated with you, let me know. I have 2 links that I posted. The first link is my complimentary Facebook group, and that it's called Tap Into Your Soul with Melissa Kim Corder. And we do a lot of this work. So I do a longer hour-long prosperity power hour in there once a month. I do a live group tapping session in there once a month, and that's a full session. This was a mini session. So imagine what you're feeling now, triple, because that's where we would go energetically and emotionally. So I'd love to have you join me if that resonates with you. That link is in there. The other thing I included is one of my client favorites. They love this bundle. It's a bundle I put together. It's usually $200, but I have an offer for $97, and it's 5 full tapping sessions, this style, which is called the intuitive tapping method. And so it's 5 of those bundles, or I'm sorry, 1 bundle of 5 sessions, and you get 5 yoga nidras. That's a whole other experience we'll get into another day and time. But yoga nidra is another one of my specialties. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I'm working on my doctorate in psychology right now, and I blend all of this together: the nervous system, consciousness, thoughts, all of it, intuition. And so anyway, that bundle has those two things together for you. And of course, if you have questions or want more clarity on any of this, feel free to just, send me a friend request, send me a message, and myself or somebody from my team will be happy to get back to you. Thank you for your time today. I'm so grateful to be with you all today. This was my first live in this group, so I'm really grateful for the support and all the love and all the hearts and everything. Teresa said, yay. Nevaeh said, that's good. Oh man, you just said it, 50,000 monthly. Right, so we're seeing this everywhere. Now I want you to pay attention to one last thing. What you're seeing is because you have the capacity to create it. So instead of us feeling comparison or judgment, and I'm not saying you guys do, but some of us do, and I've been there myself, we can go into that place of, why not me? When is that going to happen for me? Remember, if you're seeing it, you're in direct proximity to what you can receive. Okay, so that's what I'm going to leave you with in this prosperity power half hour. Thank you all so much. You have a beautiful rest of your day. The link's in there to join my private community or to check out that bundle, and feel free to just shoot me a message. And I'm really excited to seeing you again next week. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. Take care.